Go. Good morning, ladies. We're live. Happy Monday morning. Who lost an hour of sleep last night? I guess so. I didn't because I'm in Arizona, but I know many of you with daylight savings time changing. We had a little conundrum here at our house, actually, Lisa, because our phones decided to shift an hour ahead of time, even though we're in Arizona. Somehow it was set at Arizona, but it was trying to shift us to mountain time. And because we're always on mountain time, but we align with Pacific PDT right now instead of mountain, it's a long story.
Oh my
But I
God.
was like, what happened to my clock? Why did the clock on the wall? And then the clock, I was like, what time is it? So we actually felt like we gained an hour because all morning we thought it was an hour later. Then when we realized it wasn't true, we were like, oh, we just got an extra hour in our
Oh,
day.
that's
We
so
really did.
exciting.
Yeah. So one time I have to tell you, one time that happened to me, Lisa. I was traveling, got stuck in the time change. Took me 3 days to recover. Does that happen to you?
It's not, I think as I get older, it starts to get harder. Yeah. But today was, I wasn't tired last night, so I wanted to stay up. And so, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, ladies, anyway, we're all happy that everyone's trying to figure out their schedules. So let's have some grace with people today. If they miss a call or they're late to something because their schedules got screwed up or their calendar's not automatically adjusting on there, whatever it might be this week, let's just give grace to everyone to figure it out. We will all eventually get it all figured out and show up where we need to show up again, like we always do. So all we can do is just help each other out, right? So today, I'm excited to have Lisa here this morning on our Member Monday Spotlight. This is where we bring our members forward every Monday morning to talk about something they have going on in their world, something they want to promote. And Lisa's a speaker, and she helps speakers get gigs. She helps you really, she's going to help you with your talk. To be like the most superior speaker ever. And you can never work enough on your speech. So, we're going to talk about the five gotta haves or have to gotta haves today. I'll let Lisa talk to you about that, of things that you need to have when you're marketing your speech. So, Lisa, we're super happy to have you here this morning. And you're also a partner with Lead Up for Women. So, when you join Lead Up for Women, you get Lisa for a very skilled amount of time. And she's going to help you with your talk. She's going to say, tell me what your talk is. You're going to share it with her, and she's going to give you a bunch of nuggets out of that, of little things that you can change right away. So, that's her free gift to all of our members. So, Lisa, thank you so much for donating that time to
Absolutely.
every female so that they can show up and be seen even more boldly than they are today. So thank you for that. And welcome this morning, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, we're going to talk about the five gotta haves, the
Gotta
things you
have.
gotta have.
Let's talk about it. What are the things we've got to have? Talk us
Okay.
through it.
Uh, and these are all equally important. So just these are things that if you're going to speak, you'll be asked for these again and again and again and again. And it's so much more relaxing when you actually just have it all done. Then you're more open to receiving, right? If you don't have these things done, then you're kind of putting up that hand, like I'm not really ready yet. I'm not really serious yet. So number one, a professional headshot or professional photos. Of course, I can speak a lot about how you can leverage that photography session for your business, but at least the minimum is one professional headshot because they will ask you for that. Okay. If it's been a while, if it's been several years, you don't even look like your picture anymore, please. This is such an inexpensive way to make yourself look amazing. And I'm not a photographer. I don't get paid for that, but please go get one. Number two, you want to have a professional bio. This would be like your speaker bio, okay? They're going to ask you for that, right, Colleen? So if someone speaks on any of your stages, your virtual or otherwise, you're going to say, "Well, send me over your bio," so that we can put that in the newsletter, put that in the description of how you're going to be doing. And this is not a time to write your entire life story, right?
I'm glad you said that because I have three different bios written. So
Yeah.
I have a long bio, I have a short bio, and then I have a two-sentence bio because sometimes they ask for 50 words, right? And it goes very fast. Trust me, like two sentences is 50 words. So
Oh yeah.
You've got to be very careful. Like most of the time it's 50, 100, or 500, and they don't, usually it's 100.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
got to have
I,
some sort.
I do the same thing. That's why, you and I align so well. Just these, sometimes it's the super simple little teeny tiny things that you don't even, that we do things sometimes that make our life harder, right? It doesn't need to be that way. So just like what you're saying, Colleen, I'm always tweaking my bio, kind of mixing it up a little bit or reading other people's and go, oh, that's a good idea, like that. But yes, when I've been asked to be on different talks, sometimes they'll say, well, I had someone ask for a 36-word bio. And I was like, okay, I will, but it takes a lot of work. It's actually harder to write shorter than longer.
Mhm.
So you want to bet your bottom dollar, I save that, and it's called, the 30, it's all in one document. So this is a secret super bonus tip here. Put it all in one document. You've got your bio, your main one that you use. You can put the word count on there if you want to, but then if they ask you for a 100-word one, put that down. If they ask you for a 36, so save them. That way you don't have to rewrite them and try to figure it out again.
Excellent, excellent tip. Excellent tip.
Speaking from someone, both of us have been asked for all these different
Mhm.
versions. And then the next three tips, 3, 4, and 5, are all about your talk. So you need to have an attractive talk title that's not, so when I say attractive, it means it needs to make sense as well. Like I'm a very direct person. I'm not gonna suggest that you create some ominous, super creative title that no one understands what it is. Okay, so you kind of give the host a bone here and let them know this is pretty much what I'm going to be talking about. And then, of course, you're going to deliver on that, right? So that's your title is number one. It's number 3,
3.
but out of the it's number 3 out of the last 3 tips. And then Colleen, you can probably guess what I'm going to say next. You need a description of your talk. Again, not a long story here. We're talking 2, maybe 3 sentences if you want to add a little marketing sentence at the front of it. Very short, sweet, to the point. People like Colleen who book speakers for their events or other people who are having you on their events, guess what? You're not the top priority on their list. They've got a ton of things to do. So they need a catchy title. They need to like review it really quick and go, yes, that's good for my audience. I want her or I want him. If there's any gentlemen listening, mostly women here, but then they're going to say, I want you. Okay. And then the last one, number 5, is you need to have 3 to 5 learning points that support this title and the description. So this is your whole story, right? The whole enchilada. I call it the whole enchilada right then and there, because again, the speaker booking you, the booking person is going to want to know what results are my audience going to get. And you want to also deliver on all those results, right? So that's the short, sweet, to the point 5 gotta haves. You have to have those things.
I think it's great, Lisa, and I can't stress enough to everybody listening today how crucial this is, because when I used to write all this stuff over and over again, right? And then when I brought on an executive assistant, she's booking them and she needs the information. So at that point, we created a process where I had it updated. I update my bio every 90 days. I have all my bios in one document. And then I also have for speaking, we have a separate folder. And in that folder for speaking, that's where I have like the different talk titles and also what comes out of that. Now, what's really great to create is the speaker one sheet if you get to that point, right? So
Yeah, that's later on down the road.
yeah, you've got like a little bio, you've got your photo, places you've been seen on, your little media sheet, but for now, I think just having a Word document, and if you are working with someone else that's helping you book these things, it's very important that you have it in a drive or somewhere, Dropbox, where you can share it with them. And you just have a couple bullet points of what is this person going to get out of this. That way, every time you go do it or they go do it, it's just a very easy, fast process. I can't tell you how much time it takes to redo this every time. Do it one time.
Yes.
Put the effort in the one time. But then if something comes up later, go back and readjust it. Like you said, we should be looking at these every 60 to 90 days anyway, because maybe you've added some other context to one of your talks, and you've been asked several times to speak on stages that is a different demographic, that now you're talking more to the youth, right? So now you have another talk that you would actually do with the youth, and you would create that same thing. But Leisa, those are great. Gotta haves. Like, it really is. Like, you really have to have all this stuff ready if you want to be prepared and get on that stage.
Yeah, it's really one of those things that when I'm it's my barometer to tell when someone's maybe not ready yet or they're stuck on something. Because if you already knew this information and you want to be a speaker and you don't have these things yet, then there's something else going on. So that's where we talk. And I have speakers, like I've got a client right now. She has done thousands of trainings all over the world. She's brilliant. But when it comes to her own stuff, she gets stuck. She gets in perfectionist mode and it's got to be exactly perfect. And so then she stops moving. So that's where we work together and go like, and then I can be that resource for her to say, yes, leave this in, take that out, delete that, just submit it. You're good. It's going to be okay. And that reassurance and guidance from an outside perspective is super helpful for her, because we all have moments where we get stuck on stuff. And especially when we're talking about ourselves, it can be really vulnerable. And I know from my own experience and my clients' experience, we can think, oh, what if someone doesn't want to hear that? Or what if they don't, what if that topic isn't popular? I want to make sure I give them what they want. And I'm saying, no, you need to put that stake in the ground and say, this is what I speak on. This is what I'm an expert in. These are the ways I can help people. And then there's plenty of talk. There's plenty of speaking engagement. You'll find the one that fits for you. So you got to put that stake in the ground.
I agree with Leisa, and stay in your lane, because your business is most likely built around what your speaking is. I mean, my talk title is very simple: step into the spotlight to expand your influence. Everything I speak on, everything in my entire business, everything I do is about getting women visibility and spotlights and exposure. So I'm not going to go talk on something else. That's what I'm speaking on, because when you get to repeat that over and over again, you're so comfortable with it. And if you're still, I know so many women, Leisa, that are still a little bit stuck in that, I'm not quite sure what I should speak on, how I should do it. I don't even know the flow of my talk. This is where Leisa comes in. So yeah. Leisa, how do you help your clients with all of those things we just talked about?
Well, we go through, usually I do start with what I call get your talk ready to rock session, which is a one-on-one session that I do with people. And that's, especially if they're in my academy, I include that, because once you have your talk done, all of a sudden your confidence rises. You're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, people really benefit from this. Like, they need to know this information. I'm gonna help a lot of people. And that is so comforting, right? And our confidence starts to really rise up. Then we start to figure out, okay, where would you speak? Like, where are your people? Where are your people at? Okay. And then we start to go, okay, we had talked about the, we do a session on speaker sheets, but we're not going to get into that today. You don't need one in order to become a speaker. Just it's something you can add
I
later.
just had mine created, if that helps anyone. And I have been doing this for like 20 years, I swear. Like, it's a thing now, right? Everyone wants to see speaker sheets.
Yeah, I did my first 100 and didn't even know what a speaker sheet was. So it's not, you want to have one, but you don't have to right away. And then we talk about monetization. Like, how are you going to monetize your talk? How does this make sense for your business? Because it's still your time. The speaking gig is still your time. You need to make sure it makes sense for you.
Yeah.
There's other things, but those are some of the main things that we start with.
That's perfect. Yeah. So if anyone out there is looking to need a little bit of help in this area, even if you're not sure and you want to talk to Leisa, it's a good time just to schedule some time with her. And I know Lisa's going to pop in some information below in the comment section, so that you can pop out to her website or book some time with her. But really, if you're feeling like I'm not quite there yet, I don't feel like I'm not booking enough, or maybe I'm not booking enough because it's a title that I've gone with. Maybe you don't know what it is. That's what Leisa does for a living. It's what she's the expert at. So we want to tap into her, especially if you are a member of Lead Up for Women, which many of you are that are listening to this. You want to hop over and have a session with Leisa. And many of you that have been members for a long time didn't even know you had this opportunity. So definitely reach out to her and get on her calendar. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll put that link in. And even if you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's virtual and I don't, I want to speak in person. Ladies, last year I spoke over 50 virtual gigs, and it's not slowing down this year. It's same thing, same thing. So do not let that stop you. There's more opportunities you can even imagine. And I know that your audience is out there waiting for you. There's people that need to hear what your expertise is. I mean, they need your help. They do.
Yeah, and there's always that one person you're going to impact. And so you're not necessarily always trying to reach the masses. You're trying to reach the people that need to hear your message.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So that's who you're going for. And remember, there's people out there waiting for you.
Yep.
So then this is the way we can show up and step into the spotlight again.
There you go.
Yeah, to expand your influence. That's what we do. So Leisa, thank you for being with us today. She's going to put all of her information below. I highly suggest you start following Leisa on social media, connect with her on LinkedIn or wherever she is. And, she's got a lot of stuff going on, and she can invite you to a lot of things that are happening as well. It's just another door that can open for you if you're ready to walk through that door. So I'm going to highly recommend and encourage you to reach out to Leisa. So Leisa, thank you for being with us today on our Member Monday Spotlight. And we will be back next Monday with our next member who's stepping into the spotlight. So thank you all, and have a great week, and good luck getting your schedules together this week. Don't forget to reach out to Leisa. Talk with you later. Bye-bye.